Hello guys, Andrew Gamer GTA Ray with another video. Today I am back with ARK Survival Ascended. Earlier I played Phasmophobia, did an episode on Phasmophobia. Now today a I want to be giving a little bit of a video showcasing my two favorite animals in ARK Survival Ascended. Both of these animals are also in ARK Survival Evolved, but I do have both of them right here. Uh, that being the otter and the direwolf. Now, to start off with otters, I'll be showcasing their utility, how hard they are to tame, and how rare they are to find. So, starting off with otters. Okay, so otters are very, 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 very cute in this game. I mean, otters are just cute in general. What am I even saying, dude? Um, now, their utility value is pretty much out of this world. They can get you. They're an easy, common way of getting silica pearls early game and also black pearls early game, which are two very rare resources. But using an otter, you can easily get them without any trouble. You just send your otter to attack and kill any fish, um, and you can easily get black pearls, and you can easily get silica pearls as well, which is pretty nice. Now, one of the major benefits of actually having an otter is the fact that they are a shoulder pet, so you can actually have them popped up on your shoulder, and my god, it looks fucking adorable. Like, look at this. Like, it's probably the most adorable shoulder pet in the game because of how it just curls up around your neck. It's fucking adorable. Like, pardon my French, but it's literally the most adorable thing in this game. Like, literally. Um, and because this is Ascended, there is a quicker way of actually accessing your shoulder pet Tame by just holding square or X if you're on Xbox. If you hold X or square, square in my case, since I'm on PS5, if you hold square, you can actually more quickly gain access to your shoulder pet's inventory. So you can see their health, their stamina, their oxygen. You can check on their stats to make sure they're okay. You can also level them up from here too, which is pretty cool. So you don't need to put them down just to level them up anymore, which is pretty cool. I like the little quality of life change there. It makes altars even more better to use because, again, in Arc Survival Evolved, there was no such thing as this menu. This is the menu right here. And again, you can use this menu right here uh, to more quickly change things. Again, another great example is you can actually change ammo too. So like if you have a bow, you can change the different arrows. So currently I have stone arrows equipped, but if I want to switch to trank arrows, I can easily do that, which is pretty nice. Now, the rarity of an otter, they are they are kind of hard to find. I'm not gonna lie. Um, specifically, um, you're going to find otters. Uh, okay, well, the safer location is right over here. Actually, no, right over here. You can find every once in a while. You can find an otter over here in the river. You can also rarely ever find one right here as well. I found my otter right here in this little safe zone. Now, you will more commonly find them in the red zone right over here, the red forest. Do keep in mind that this is the more dangerous zone, so you will find Therazinos here. You can also find Thalacolios here, which are very dangerous, and there are raptors here as well. So, if you want to find an otter more easily, uh, they will more commonly spawn here. Just be prepared to get jumped by Theracinos, Raptors, and even Thalacolios as well, because they do spawn here, and they are very dangerous. So if you're not prepared, they can easily jump you, and they can easily kill you if you're not prepared. So just be careful. Um, but if you are lucky enough, you can find them over here in this little river. Pretty much 73.4 latitude. and 41.9 longitude. Now, again, the most positive common location that you can find otters in is this little pond right here. Again, this is the redwood forest, so you will find Theracinos, raptors, thylacoleos, even sometimes dire bears here as well. So just be careful. But if you are prepared, if you are high level, and if you do have good weapons, you can come here. You can use a flyer too. So if you have a Pteranodon or an Argentavis, you can come here on this exact point of the map, 64.2 latitude and 31.7 longitude. This is the golden spot for otters, and they more often spawn here than not. So you can even more commonly find two here because of how commonly they spawn here. Now, on for one of the most important things that otters do is one major utility thing that I was about to discuss before I moved on to their location and where you can find them, is the fact that otters can keep you insulated. If they're on your shoulder, specifically, they will keep you insulated and they will keep you warm. They will keep you warm in the cold and they'll keep you cool when it's hot. So they are a great insulation source. As you can see, if I drop my otter, you can see here my cold resist goes to 56 and my heat resist goes to 94. But if I pick up my otter, my cold resist goes to 2,265 and my heat resist goes to 1,015. 1,115. Hold on, guys. I gotta go do something real quick. Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm sorry. Now, that's all of their utilities, all of Otter's utilities. Not to mention, their insulation does increase depending on their melee damage stats. So, when you increase, actually, I can showcase this right now. Quickly do that, and you'll see here that cold and heat resist did go up. You saw it there. Just for a brief moment, you did see my cold resist boost up even more. Again, this is really, 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 really useful, especially if you're in a colder zone and you have no clothes, especially the fur clothing. You can easily freeze to death, and you will have no way of heating yourself up besides campfires, and even then, you're probably going to need more than one campfire. Not to mention, like, otters are also the better version of Dimetrodons as well. Because Dimetrodons are kind of the same thing, but a worser version, and not to mention they're also harder to tame. But the thing about Dimetrodons is the fact that they are pretty much in the swamp. So they're in a much more dangerous location, and there's no safer location that you can find them in, unlike otters. So that's what makes otters better than Dimetrodons, in my opinion. Now, as far as the tame otters, otters are one of only a handful of tames that are passive tames. So they're one of the tames in the game that you do not knock out. Instead, you have to kill a fish. It doesn't matter what fish type it is, although saber-tooth salmon is their favorite. So if you can kill a saber-tooth salmon, you can drag the fish to them, and it'll give you an option to feed them. 9 times out of 10, you will only need one fish to require the tame, and the otter is yours. Now, what's cute about otters is the fact that you can also put headgear on them to give them extra armor, which is pretty cute. It's also pretty nice to give them an extra bit of protection. Again, really, 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 really nice. Now, to feed them and keep them fed, they will need raw fish meat because they eat fish. They don't eat regular meat. You will need to feed them raw fish meat because they are carnivores, but they do eat raw fish meat only. They do not eat raw meat because it does not work. So that's otters out of the way. Now onto a much bigger and much more fierce um, animal. It's also one of the more dangerous ones to try and tame, and that is, as I said earlier, uh, none other than the dire wolf, which is basically a stronger and more fierce version of a gray wolf or even a timber wolf. Um, Now, direwolf is a knockout tame, whereas otters are passive. So you will need to use, once you find one, you will need to use either a trank gun, which is the, what do you call it? It's been a while since I used this gun, so please do long neck rifle. There we go, long neck rifle. So if you get a long neck rifle, if you get tranquilizer darts, that's one of the best ways to actually take them out. But you can also use a bow, and you can use trank arrows too, with similar and equal amount of success. Now you do not need a taming pin, as the location of the direwolf usually has several vantage points that you can post yourself on, and you can jump on those to where the direwolf cannot reach you. So if you give those locations, you can get to a safe place and give you time to actually trank them out. Now, once tranked out, one of the best things you can do, and one of the best things you can feed it to tame them, is simply raw prime meat. And because of the introduction of baby wild dinos, you can actually get raw prime meat pretty quickly and now pretty easily now. Whereas in ARK Survival Evolved, you couldn't do that because baby dinos didn't really exist. Well, they did exist, but not wild ones. Only tame babies existed in ARK Survival Evolved. But because they are now in ARK Survival Ascended, it's another more easy way to obtain raw prime fish, or raw prime meat, which is pretty useful. So if you find a direwolf, and speaking of which, their location is very different. Their location is mostly in the northern zone of the island, in the colder zones, obviously. What I find is that you can easily find them up here. I had success finding them up here. They will commonly spawn here. Because I did a lot of exploration here the other day, and I found some because I wanted to find one to tame. Now, do keep in mind that, unlike otters, direwolves will attack you if you come close. In just the traditional sense of wolves, they do come in packs. Usually 3, I believe, according to Wikipedia, for direwolves and ARK Survival Ascended, and I think it's also the same in ARK Survival Evolved. So be careful when approaching them, because they can and they will attack you. And if they're in a pack, they can do even more damage to you. So, yeah. Now, the utilities, similar to otters, direwolves have the amazing ability to gather crystal, and I believe another common resource that you can get from direwolves, and it's a good resource to have, and that is leech blood. So if you're in the swamp, and if you find leeches, if you have a direwolf with you, you can easily form leech blood off of direwolves, because this is helpful for creating the lesser antidote, which heals you without increasing your torpor. So it's similar to narcotic, but narcotic doesn't. Narcotic increases your torpidity, if I can speak, unlike the lesser antidote. So pretty useful, and you basically cannot live without it, in my opinion. Now, what's cool about direwolves also is the fact that most rideable tames require saddles, but direwolves do not. So you can tame a direwolf and you can immediately ride it because you do not need a saddle. So it's pretty cool. It's absolutely amazing. If you tame a lot of these guys, you can get serious damage. Like you can go on an absolute murdering spree with a pack of these because it's absolutely just you. It's like you have a machine gun of direwolves. Like the more you have more ammo or stronger ammo, or the way you just want to look at it. Like it's actually insane, dude. Um, Now, do keep in mind that if you have Dimorphodons as well, if you have a pack of wolves and if you have Dimorphodons, uh, you're basically unstoppable because they're both pack animals and they both get stronger. Uh, so the more members that are in the pack. So again, it's very, 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 very crucial to have a pack of both of these because it's you are basically a boss if you have a pack of both of these animals. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Like, right now, like, I've seen people on Wikipedia or on YouTube have a pack of these two, and they are literally beasts. Like, they are just insane, dude. It's, it's completely game changing. Like, nothing can stop you. You feel like Wesker from RE5. Like, dude, it's actually insane. Now, again, for the wolf location, the dire wolf location, it is very dangerous. And you will find other things too, like, because this is the Arctic zone, you can find Utyrannuses here as well, and they are very dangerous. Because they are stronger, they're basically like the T-Rex of the Arctic zone. That's basically what they are. But right over here, latitude 9.5 latitude and 32.7 longitude is basically the Goldilocks zone for direwolf location. But again, just be mindful of Utyrannuses. Also, this is a good location for Argentavises as well. So if there's wild ones here, just be careful because they can be a threat as well. So just be careful here. Because I've seen it. So again, be careful as well, as I just said this not too long ago, is that direwolves usually come in packs. So just be careful and be mindful of that as well. They usually come in packs. Hardly ever alone. Similar to Grey Wolves from Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, you really love that similarity, don't you? You really, really love that similarity. Well, guess what? You have it. So no need to be upset. No need to be upset. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, yeah, good. You're on the surface. That means you're not drowning. Hold on. There you go. I thought that was going to be catastrophic, but it wasn't. Good. That wasn't catastrophic like I thought it was going to be. Okay, that's good. So yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I'm sorry if I dragged it out a bit too long. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace out.